So after the 2 weeks down in Utility, where we had an absolute blast in there doing a lot of tech diving, we get back home and we get slammed with salvage jobs. It's like almost every day we're going out to do a brand new salvage job or a commercial related job or an investigation or something of that sort. And we have just been going nonstop. And one of our very recent jobs, one of our 1,000 pound bags here got a lot of damage on it. And we ended up blowing out one of the valves. And by valves, I mean this guy right here. And we had to fix it really quick on the spot. But I want to show you another quick little fix that we did to it, because we didn't have time to actually wait on parts from that particular company. Let me show you quickly how we fixed it and give you some pointers on things that you could possibly do in the future if you're just out diving for fun and needed a quick fix. What's up, guys? It's Brian again from Lake Hickory Scuba and Marina. If you are new to our channel, do me a huge favor. Hit this little subscribe button over here and ding that little bell as well. That way you guys are going to be notified every time we upload new content. Now, as I stated in the teaser, we have been doing a ton of salvage work here lately. And on our very last job, we actually tore up one of our subsalve bags. And if you're not familiar with subsalve, it's a great company that makes really, really awesome lift bags. And we actually tore up one of the exhaust ports here. The cool thing about these exhaust ports, it's kind of like your BC. If you overinflate it, or let's say the internal pressure of the bag gets to be 5 psi greater than the external or ambient pressure surrounding it, it'll bleed off. That way you don't actually rupture the bag. Well, we had a valve that was actually damaged, and not only did we blow the valve out, we actually put a hole in the bag. And a lot of this was due to where we had it rigged. It was getting kinked up. It wasn't getting the right amount of pressure, and it just ended up ripping the bag. And I've actually got the valve temporarily pulled out because I've had to put a new patch on, as you can see here, before we can get the valve replaced. But I want to show you the valve, and I want to show you something else that tore up on it really quick and show you how we fixed it. And then I'll show you how you can relate this to your scuba gear in a pinch if you need to fix it in the field. So guys, this is what one of these pull dump valves look like. And like I said, it's got a 5 psi blow off, which means if the internal pressure gets to be 5 psi greater than the external pressure, it's got a little blow off valve so it bleeds itself off, and that way you're not going to blow up or damage the valve and anything of that sort. Now, unfortunately for us, when we were using this bag, we kind of had it cammed over, and there was a piece of metal on the vessel that we were raising, kind of like my handy is, it got up underneath this, and as that bag was expanding out, it took that metal and it popped this off and then blew a big hole in the side of the bag here. Now, I've got the piece that we have fixed here. As you can tell, this is it here. But the other problem that we had is we lost the string and a little pull dump here, so we had to repair it. Now, obviously, we can get these from subsalve, not a big deal. However, we got a job first thing in the morning that we got to go do, so we had to fix it kind of nonchalantly here. And if you're curious to know what kind of pull dump this is, first of all, what is the string? The string is nothing more than just cave line, the same line that's on your spool. We just simply tied us a new piece on. And as far as the pull dump itself goes, this is the little plug that comes inside of all Mares regulators for the alternate. So when you buy a new alternate regulator from the Mares line, it's the little plug that goes down in it just like that. And a lot of people will clip these to their BC, and that way they can snap off their second stage. A lot of us, though, we prefer to use necklaces instead of this. But this is a great little device as well to keep bugs and stuff out. But it even works even better as a pull dump as well. So until we can get a new pull dump, little ball, whatever you want to call it, in from subsalve, this is going to be perfectly, it's going to work just perfect once I get my hole patch there. But how does that apply to scuba? Well, if we come over here to a BCD, you'll notice that we've got a pull dump here on this shoulder here. We've also got a pull dump on the back right here. Okay, and if you ever damage these or lose these parts here are kind of difficult to get from Mares. Yes, you can get this whole assembly, but if you're on a trip somewhere and you need to fix it really quick, your only option is just to take this line and tie a little knot in it. So as you can see down in there, I don't know if you can see on camera, but that string just comes through and there's a little knot. So if this ever goes away, you need to replace this. You can very easily replace it with a little bit of cave line there, and then you either tie a knot on or take that plug that nobody actually uses and that can be your pull dump temporarily until you get a whole new unit to replace it with. So there you go, guys. That's what we did to temporarily fix our little pull dump issue there. We just took the plug from the Mares alternate second stage regulators there, and we were able to tie it on. Now, once this patch is sealed, we'll have to go in and fix the actual pull dump itself, because there's an internal part that goes in there that this piece actually screws to. So I'll show you really quick what that looks like. You can kind of see the threads in there where that thread's on. We have to fix that as well so that we can reassemble it and get it back working. But temporarily, we're going to be good to go as soon as that patch is there. We've got a pull dump until we can get a whole new assembly sent in, and it's something that we were able to quickly repair so that we could get back on the job, and then we can do an appropriate repair to it once the parts come in. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, drop me a comment down below and we will discuss. But until our next video, take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.